first time I seen a knockout come with two-factor authentication, but that don't make no sense. That man said, I still got some fight. No, you don't. Ming.
Será que isso dá certo? Vamos testar! Para de inventar moda com o nosso defesa pessoal! Defesa pessoal é coisa séria. Faz o simples.
That's the ultimate goal. Now, because this isn't that kind of situation, what I'm going to need to do is move forward and use their body mechanics against them. So it's going to look something like this. So, in super slow motion.
Okay, what the f did I just see? Goes without saying, bullshido super alert on this one. Let's talk about it and talk about you guys hitting those like and share buttons down below.
Show you what that looks like. To break down the mechanics, what I'm doing here is not engaging, but using his body mechanics against him. This hand floats as I move forward, points the gun right into his own shoulder. And when he fires, that goes off. Of course, it's going to be a little bit of a concussion for me, but as I'm moving forward, hopefully I'll be out of range.
Little bit of a concussion. Okay, we're moving one gun while the other's pointed at the belly, as if the person on the belly is not going to shoot when the other person... All right, first, gun defense is not a game, people, and any video that treats it as such, just delete or ignore it right away. Because in the world of self-defense, when we drill certain scenarios, the first question I ask in a completely unorthodox situation, like two guns pointed at you,
how did we get in this situation in the first place?
Past that, first thing is addressing the immediate threat, and that's the guns.
So this hand floats as I move forward. This hand does the same thing. This hand is going to go right into the tree. The other bad guy is going to have a firearm with the gun to my stomach. Now, honestly, in a real scenario, they wouldn't be asking for my money. They'd probably be taking me somewhere with this kind of a hold-up. So, but if it was for my wallet or my keys, I would just give it to them.
Right, you wouldn't be in the scenario when someone's asking you for your money in that situation. First thing is addressing the immediate threat. Not one, but two guns.
There's two of them?
It's difficult enough to redirect one gun, and highly unlikely I can even think of redirecting two. So no fancy shit will work in this case. Your verbal jiu-jitsu game better be so on point.
Guns.
But if you're forced to act, it ain't gonna be some spin move like, I mean, what is this? Anyway, stick to the basics, because if you can't redirect the gun to start in the defense, then nothing else counts. Pretty tough to get to the other steps if you're shot or dead.
What? To Pat Morita, the crane kick, and I quote, "If do right, no can defend." But upon a second viewing, with the aid of rewind, slow-mo, and pause, well, I found that claim to be not only grammatically incorrect, was also karatically incorrect. What I assure you is, even if do right, can defend. Can defend, indubitably can defend. Hey, it's not easy, I'm not gonna lie to you, but if you're aware of a couple of keys, you can defend crane kick. Here we go. 1, do not sprint face first into the crane kick. That is huge. Keep your grill away from his kicking foot. Figure out about how far he can reach with his foot. Draw a line if you have to. Stay behind that. But of course, that begs the question, how do I know that the crane kick is coming? Fair enough. Fortunately, he very subtly telegraphs
You okay? I want the press to know that wasn't me.
Bro, I'm telling you, jiu-jitsu isn't gay.
BJJ is a game. Street fighting, not a game. If you're wondering what the difference is, ask yourself a series of questions, okay? If I find myself in a battle with Bob here, am I allowed to punch him in the face? No? Then it's a game. If I find myself in the clinch with Bob, am I allowed to bite his nose off? No? Then it's a game. Am I allowed to take my fingers and shove them into his eye sockets until I grab his skull? No? Then it's a game. Am I allowed to grab both of his ears and rip them off and then shove them in his mouth and hold his mouth closed until he either swallows his own ears or spits them out? No? Then it's a game. Am I allowed to take him and push him down to the ground and then stomp on the back of his head, stomp on his spine, and then as always re-stomp that groin? No. Then it's a game. The good news is, games are meant to be safe. They're meant to keep you safe, meant to keep your opponents safe. That's fine. Just remember when you end up in a street fight, there's no ref, there's no rules, it's no game.
So here it is. If what you're practicing in your martial arts has a set of rules, then yeah, as tough as it might be to hear, it's more of a game. Albeit one to ensure safety and training, sure, i.e. sparring, grappling, or whatever else. But the caveat to me is, if your martial arts can also be used in a situation where there are no holds barred and still have an effective result, then rules be damned. Say I'm a jiu-jitsu practitioner, for instance, and I have an armbar in a tournament, a tap stops things, right? But in the real world with no ref, nothing stops me from breaking that said arm if I need to. The skill set is still solid and the same.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Did you know that I can see you?
Giving him the bird?
You know, the finger.
Yes, I know the finger.
You know, people in movies have to learn that when you're holding a gun on someone, you don't have to get right up on top of them. That's one of the big advantages of a gun. As opposed to, say, a knife or a frying pan. You can be across the room, so this doesn't happen. Every time.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
Okay, he's not wrong, but yeah, it's usually like this in movies, but real life, not so much. Truth is, with all these bogus gun tactics online, beware. The one thing I'll say here is if a gun is pointed from a distance at you, there's no real defense to that, because you're not racing bullets, you're racing reaction times. Bullet fires and you're in line, you're gonna get shot most likely. That said, you're in a position you're either forced to comply or you gotta work your way closer to the person with the gun to have any decent chance of a takeaway. And that's why the movie scenarios are what they are.
When you don't have motivation to work out, remember this important quote.
Stop being a bitch and come on.
While you're here, get down to the comment section and leave one. Plus, do me a favor with a like, help us grow, stay safe, and as always, guys, keep punching.
Tesoura voadora, será que isso dá certo? Vamos testar, vem cá, Limbaldo!
I do this shit for a living, bro. Damn, I really do this shit for a living, bro.
Damn.
It broke your tip to fibula.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to fight after that.
Yeah, ain't no fighting. You had no business fighting Chun-Li anyway. God damn it.
Fractured his femur. When he kicked you the first time, you should have took your gloves off and walked out the gate.
Yeah. On my phone. Now you got lumps on your leg.